shoot. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
The rival Kronos is arguably one of the best Springer blasters Hasbro has ever designed. It's remarkably affordable, reliable, and has one of the fastest and easiest spring upgrade mods compared with pretty much any other blaster, requiring no additional upgrades to its catch or catch spring. That last part though has provided quite a conundrum for many of us that have chosen to pop the notorious K26 spring into our Kronos. It makes priming it exceedingly challenging, if not impossible for some. Hi, I'm Aldoss, and welcome to the first of my new series called Battle Tested. Any item that makes it into the series is one that I've tested for a minimum of 20 hours of in-game time in my CQB arena, and my thoughts on the reviewed products will reflect my actual in-game experience. Today, we're taking a look at one modder solution to the priming issue that comes from upgrading a Kronos blaster, the Greehas grip. Yeah.
I like this handle.
Isn't that handle amazing?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Real quick, before we get into this video, I do feel the need to disclose that these grips were provided to me courtesy of Greehas, however, not specifically for this review video. When I told him I was interested in making this review video, he very clearly stated that that wasn't his intention in giving me the grips, rather that he likes my channel and knows that I love and frequently use Kronoses. With that said, let's get into today's battle test. In the Nerf world, there are two very distinct ends of the modding spectrum: form and function. Those of you who know me probably already know I'm very much biased to the function world. As long as the thing can get me out of a jam, I pretty much don't care what it looks like. I intend to rarely, if ever, discuss looks for any of my battle tested products, but given that, I kind of feel the need to say this grip really looks nice. I will admit to knowing next to nothing about 3D prints or print quality, but I'd be shocked to hear if this grip weren't 100% infill. It feels very sturdy, the lines are very clean, the design is such that it feels like it belongs on the blaster, or that if you were to show this blaster to somebody with the grip already installed, they would probably never realize that it was never meant to be an intended part of the product. The channeled parallel edges along the middle of the grip are very appealing, however, all it will take is one touch on them to realize that they're just for show and the function of the design doesn't come from them. If black isn't your thing, there are several different colors to choose from when ordering. However, the black does match the black of both the Deadpool blasters, which I use, as well as the Phantom Core Kronos. When you consider the main demographic for aftermarket Nerf parts, I think that it's fair to say that ease of installation isn't always the main deciding factor for somebody looking to make a purchase. You'd kind of be hard pressed to find somebody who identifies only as a Nerfer and not as a modder in any sense of the term. When a mod does come to market with such an easy installation as the one for this grip though, people tend to take note. The time it takes from receiving your grip in the mail to the first test fire is less than 5 minutes, and I think that's pretty unbelievable. In the package, you'll find 2 bolts that simply need to be unscrewed before sliding the grip, tall peak first, onto the rival rail on the priming sled of the Kronos. Once it's on, turn it sideways, peek through the bolt holes until you can see through and screw on the bolts. Installation done. What you're left with after installation is arguably one of the most functional mods I've ever used. I also think that says a lot because unlike others whom I've heard complain about the difficult prime of a K26'd Kronos, I never really seemed so inconvenienced that I wanted to spend $15 on a grip. When Greehas asked me if I wanted a pair, to be quite honest, I kind of thought that they'd be a waste on me because I, 1, didn't need them, and 2, would probably just be stubborn and uninstall them and just use the blaster the way I always had anyway. I had planned on giving these away to other players in our arena who also frequently use the Kronos. What happened instead though was kind of magical. Despite me never being inconvenienced by the hard prime of my Kronos, the grip kind of proved to me that my stubbornness was definitely hurting my overall performance. Prior to testing this grip, my preferred priming method was to pinch the small cornered ledges on the front of the priming sled. It works, I'm able to prime it just fine, but do that over and over, especially during a 2-hour war, and you're gonna wake up the next day with what feels like bruised finger pads. More so, again, prior to installing this grip, I found that trying pretty much any other gripping position, for instance, the normal palm crush priming method, was even more unreasonable for myself or anyone else, because in order to get enough friction to prime the sled back, you'd have to crush the priming sled so much so that you'd end up creating more friction between the sled and the blaster shell, making the prime even more unreasonable. All of this is solved by Greehas' grip and more so. The sturdiness of the part means you can crush it as much as you want and you'll see zero flex. And the bulkiness of it gives you a ton of opportunities to play with to see what priming method fits your play style the best. My preferred thumb finger prime still works, but is now aided and made much more comfortable by the smaller front peak. You can even adapt this priming method to be a finger hook prime by clamping all your fingers together and hooking your index finger around the front peak. The palm crush method is benefited by the higher position that the grip gives you, so you're no longer placing unnecessary friction on the priming sled. It's also aided by the taller back peak that you can rest the side of your index finger on. I've even found myself playing around with some new methods, like this crimp slam method, where I use all of my finger pads together to draw the prime back, and then slam the breech shut by slapping the back of the sled with my palm. I haven't really found myself using this method much in-game, but I think that's mostly because of the muscle memory for my other preferred priming methods. But I'm interested in trying it more, as it seems to be the fastest firing method out there. I'm sure that there are other priming methods made possible by this grip, but I'm going to leave it here with those I've discussed. Feel free to let me know of any others that you've discovered in the comments below. Refining everything I just said into a few sound bites, the Greehas Kronos grip is stylish, functional, easy to install, and affordable, coming in just under the cost of the actual retail price of these blasters. At $15, you'll be left with a blaster that can compete in almost any environment, stock or upgraded, for less than $30. This grip also isn't the only one on the market. There are other various and clever design solutions out there. For example, the T-handle grip from Iktomi that I'm planning on getting my hands on at some point in the future. Any one of these will almost definitely result in the same enhanced function. And since I haven't tested any of those others, I'd see it inappropriate for me to label the Greehas grip as the best among them. Instead, I'll just concisely say that this grip left me pleasantly surprised and satisfied in almost every way. There are no real changes that I'd ever see myself asking of Greehas, but especially for me though, the most important factor for me in choosing to highly recommend this mod is the fact that I can now lend out my upgraded Kronoses and feel secure knowing that no matter who they are or how strong their grip is, they're going to be given a modded blaster that they can instantly use and excel with. I think this experience at a recent war sums this up beautifully.
Isn't that handle amazing?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Have you upgraded the spring in this?
Yes.
Oh, I like the handle.
Isn't that incredible?
Yes, can you send me the link to where you bought this?
Yes. Greehas.
I'm gonna get this.
Thanks so much, everyone. This has been my battle test of the Greehas Kronos grip. Links are in the description below for how you can obtain your own grip. If you liked this video, help me out. Hit that like button. If you're new, hit that subscribe button. Let me know your own thoughts on this product in the comments below, or give me ideas as to what you'd like to see me battle test next. Thanks so much, everybody. I will see you all next time.